Is this one of the deals or disasters of the 2025 summer transfer window? I'm going to let you decide. I can't wait to read your comments. I can't wait to read your opinions below. But Chelsea Football Club are about to announce the deal for Alejandro Garnacho from Manchester United to Stamford Bridge. He will become a Chelsea player for a fee in the region of £40 million. Like the video, please. Get that done now. Make sure you are sharing. Make sure you are subscribing to my channel as well. It's very important to us that you do that. But the bell notification button, there's a little bell button on the sub button. Get that turned on, and then make sure the settings on your phone. A lot of people go, Terry, I don't get notifications, even though I have notifications on. Most of the time, it's because you don't have the notifications for YouTube turned on your phone. So if you could do that, that would be amazing. But £40 million, 40, 35 plus add-ons. It may be 40 plus add-ons, but that'll all come out in the wash. 2 or 3 weeks ago, the word was that Man United wanted 50. Only 50, wouldn't accept less than 50. The word was also that Chelsea would only pay 25, would pay no more than 25, and would only offer 25. Now I think if we look at the financials, we're going to get onto the player in a minute. If we look at the financials for just a moment, no one ever believed it was going to be 25. Nobody ever believed it would be 50. At this stage of the window, with Garnacho ruling out moves elsewhere, with the fallout with the club, you package that all in, I don't think anybody with an active, functioning, normal working brain, with a cranium that operates, thought it'd be 50 plus. It'd be 25 or less. Anyone who thought that's silly. A deal was always going to be struck. I'll be honest, on a financial level, I said if we got less than 35 to 40 million, I'd be very, very angry. We've got that. I'm okay with it from a financial standpoint. But that all being said, what kind of player are Chelsea getting? Chelsea do great financial business. They buy at good prices, typically speaking. They sell at good prices, typically speaking. And that is one facet of a football club. And Chelsea do well at it. I praise Chelsea for it all the time. But how good is this deal for them? I don't normally drink Coca-Cola, but I decided to have a little glass of it. Diet, but I just have a little glass of it. By the way, we're getting a bottle. It's so much nicer. A real bottle. Little treat for Tezza. How good is the player? I ask because this deal splits opinion. So many Man United fans for 18 months, 2 years have called him trash and attacked him. And I'll give you my theory as to why. There's a percentage that don't like his style of football. They don't like it. And that's fair. There's another percentage, and I think a bigger percentage, that hated the fact that he got into the team and was being used ahead of Sancho. I think that bothered a large percentage of Man United fans who see Sancho as the better football player. And again, I'm not even here to have that debate. It's a personal opinion. But what I saw to be true, what I believe to be a fact, is it made certain group of United fans dislike Garnacho. We've done it for years at this club. I like Pogba. Well, I prefer Bruno. They war each other. They use each other's players to beat each other over the head with. Where actual Man United fans just sit there and go, well, they're both our players. I like them both. I grew up in an era where no one played off our players against each other. No one was like making Giggs and Beckham rivals. No one ever did it, ever. Not in my lifetime until the last 4 or 5 years. It's become a thing. But that's why some people don't rate him. Chelsea fans, again, the vast majority of Chelsea fans in my communities that come on my shows, consistently slagging him off, ripping into him as a United player, not good enough, isn't of the standard. Attitude wrong. I ain't buying any of this. I'm not buying any of it. I believe that he's been criticised because he was a Man United player. Now, let me preface this before we go, that's crazy. I understand that he's had bad games. I understand that there's been disciplinary issues. I understand he's not the finished article. But this was a young man that should never have been playing and starting as many games as he was at such a young age. He wasn't quite ready. He should have been bled in slower. He wasn't because we didn't have a structure at the football club. And also the superstars that were meant to be ahead of him were misbehaving, not wanting to play, forcing moves, and very inconsistent. And it was like a perfect storm that led to him being involved. But he did score some massive goals. He did have some brilliant games. He had a number of amazing appearances from the bench for us, scored in FA Cup finals, and was an important part of the team for a couple of years. Now, the club has gone in a new direction. He doesn't fit the style of football that we're trying to create. And again, there's a new perfect storm where he just is being ostracized as bad player. And I don't think he's as bad as people think he is. In fact, I think he's a very good talent with the potential to be a very good winger in the Premier League or inside forward in the Premier League. And I believe going to a Chelsea where there is a great feel-good factor, where there are winners and a hierarchy to their dressing room, which will keep him in check. You have a club that is at the end of its rebuild process and about to move into the realms of we're purely judged on what we win. They've fixed their cultural issues, their wage structures in a good space. They've built something. And I stand with what a lot of Chelsea fans have said. I get people go, just have standards and buy the best players in the world. Chelsea lost the ability to do that. Things fell apart at the club. There was no structure. There was no direction. They were rudderless. And it became a mess. And Clearlake's view was to rip it all out, rip it all apart and start again. And I think that we're starting to see the real fruits of that labour. And although some people live in a world of, no, when you spend that amount of money, you should be winning leagues, I do not think they're looking at the entire picture when it comes to Chelsea. And I think Chelsea are going to keep breaking hearts and they're going to keep winning trophies and they're going to keep getting better and better. And I think Garnacho's a good part of that. I think Gittins is a very good piece of business. I think Gittins is a very, very good piece of business for Chelsea Football Club. I really, really do. I think Gittins... It started off a little slowly in the Premier League, but I think he could be a star for them. I stand on it. I've said it before, and I'll say it again and again and again and again and again. But this Garnacho signing will shock you. Chelsea will shock you. He's going to work for him there. In fact, I think he's going to make Chelsea an even bigger monster than they already are. And you guys can call me out, and you can say bad football knowledge. No way, it's bad. But something about this deal terrifies me. Something about this deal has me very, very, very worried indeed. And I think Chelsea are still being slept on. I still think Chelsea are being written off. But this is a fantastic piece of business. He is going to score goals. He's going to create. He'll go straight into... I don't care the order of which he's been signed. I don't care that he's coming late. He's going to be a first teamer for Chelsea. And will Man United regret it? All depends on how good we are at completing our club rebuild. All depends on how good the squad looks in a couple of years' time. In the short term, we will. In the short term this season, Chelsea are better. He's going to perform. They'll be in a better position. And he'll look like he's elevated. And United will look like they've been left behind. United will look bad in the short term. If we fix up, build the squad, start winning, win big trophies, it won't matter as much. But I'm gutted about this. This is fantastic business, as I've already mentioned, for Chelsea. It really, really is. And as I said before, to add insult to injury on all of this, I think all the silly sausages that have called him crap for years, Man United fans that is, they're just going to make this look even worse. This is a fantastic piece of business. Chelsea have already look immense throughout the Club World Cup, throughout the course of the season. I think they've looked absolutely brilliant. But look, I want your thoughts. I want your opinions on this in the comments section below. Until next time, take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you all soon. Peace.